Through the night, in the grim sight of the mind, I awake and gain sight of the conscious minds in all walks of life. This is the diary of your lives. Guys is behind a desk, and as someone says, this guy swindled soldiers for actually he didn't swindle, but the product was a carton of eggs, a dozen of eggs, and it said Kellogg and it had Spiderman on it. Except, this is a dream, obviously, this is from our own records. But Kellogg's, I don't think they do eggs, but, it's like how you get Spider-Man on Kellogg's, and it's like a Quintero type, and someone said, he would say that. He's like, yeah, you can have the Spider-Man, just don't fuck him in the ass. Don't let the kid get fucked in the ass, But he would sell all these carton of eggs, and he got the deal. He made so much money on that. It was just very rare Spider-Man Kellogg, but, it's like, if you have that, it's like a collector's item, I believe, And, people were buying that in droves. He had like a whole warehouse on it. I was trying to think, like, was he's like, I mean, he's not an egg guy. He just, was it like a deal? Like, if someone just gave him like all right, you do me a favor here, you could do that, you can have that. And, so there was that. And there's this one guy bought like eight cartons, but that was one part of the dream. The other one, oh man, it was like I don't know, it's like, well, first of all, it was like a second story, third story was a bar up there. And, these two guys come out and they look fucking creepy, man. I mean, they're forget these things right here above their eyes, the hair above their eyes, they just are very huge and stuff. They're like very creepy. They're like very angry. They're very pale. They look like Klingons or some shit. Two of them, one younger, one older, buff kind of guys, but not intimidating on the face, in the last, but bigger. And then they walk back. It was like on the second story in the back. It was like in the back, and they walk out, and then they walk back in, and this black dude comes out, and he says, "You can't just fire me because this and the other thing, And then like I think they make their way downstairs. The black guy and some other people, they're talking about it, and people just people are like discussing it. Yeah, you're right. And this one guy comes over, he's just like he's like right, and the black guy just looks and just leaves him hanging. Like he just puts his hand down, and walks away, man. And it was like it was uncomfortable, but for that person, I don't know what it was about, and the thought behind it was, I mean, yeah, maybe the guy has a right. You can't just fire people. What are you doing to get fired? But it was just weird. I didn't see everything about that. It was just funny how that guy, the guy just didn't want to talk to this one guy, and this guy was just like, he came out of nowhere. He just like, yeah, right, like, what was that? It was just one of those moments. The third part was, it was almost like a party, some kind of party, and it was a building, and these people, this group of people, there's one guy, he goes to I'd say the front side of the building, and it just so happens he goes in, and then these people trying to get out, so he waits, he's curious, he goes to the back to the elevator, so all of a sudden, all these people come up, and they're like, it's like a lobby, but an elevator, but the way to get upstairs or something, if it was odd because it doesn't make sense. Now that I think about it, doesn't make sense. But he couldn't get to the elevator because everyone was walking in and out. And he got frustrated. And eventually someone said, "Hey, listen, if anybody wants to get out, come out right now, because because this thing, because people, he didn't say people want to leave, and that time people, he didn't think the guy. He didn't think the guy. He actually like shook his hand. I think it was the same guy. I don't know. The guy with the Kellogg Spider-Man eggs. He reminded me of Elon Musk. Like when I saw him, I was like, what the fuck is Elon Musk doing with that? But I was like, he's a business guy. That's probably why I saw Elon Musk doing that. I don't know. I went to the elevator, then it felt like, people just, there's this guy just, he didn't want to go up. Oh, there was plenty. It was like it was a kid. It looked like Donna, but I'm pretty sure Donna is Lucy's their son, and she was like, I gotta talk to this little boy, and she just like held him, this and that. She bent down, she like put his hands to hold him. It was eerie, but that's typical Donna being creep. I don't know if it was her, and this guy just didn't want to go up to that. He leave it in like someone like I don't know if it's their parents or someone of the relatives. Like, no, you gotta come on, you going, and he's like, nah, I'm not doing this. And like the way to touch the elevator was just like, it was like green slimy, so it was very odd. This chick walked past, and she was thinking, she's like, I suck dick on the weekends. And I was like, oh, you suck dick for money, or she was like, I suck dick on the weekends. He was reading her mind, or maybe she was telling him telepathically. And then eventually someone actually got aggravated, and this one girl said, check your daddy. And he was thinking like, oh, it's like is this a trending nuance, little comeback, little phrases nowadays? Because he heard that before, And it was like, you have nothing. It's like, you don't have your own mind, just, check your daddy, like. But anyway, it was weird about, like, going up. As I woke up, someone, messaged me telepathically. I mean, let me know telepathically that was New Orleans. I thought it would be like New York by the Hudson River or by the East River, Brooklyn or something like that, But, and then I was like Chicago, and someone says New Orleans. Someone noted in my mind New Orleans, So it was odd to begin with, but yeah, it could have been. I don't know. It was just, the way to get up is like you had to go through this door, but if people go through the door, he couldn't use the elevator, and it was a glass door, And then I started thinking, oh, that's the new form of technology or something like that. There were just so many people in the lobby, and he was in the back door, and he opened his door, and everybody started working. It was like it was a group of young people, some blonde girls there, this and that. A lot more females, this and this. So I guess it was like a party, and he actually saw them go into this one room, I guess one apartment. He just started thinking, damn, it's gonna be a real big party. It's gonna be kind of crowded, He didn't say or thinking it with words. He was just noting it in his mind. He was making an observation there, Isaac Newton, right? No, that's for me. No one said that. No one even thought that. And yeah, it was like he was to the back door. He was looking at everybody, this and the other thing. They were all laughing, smiling, having a good time. I guess they're just enjoying themselves. So that's pretty much it. That's for the dream of today. It was entertaining. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't a horror show. Fuck, nothing retarded happened except. The guy just the way after he came to the elevator, like he just changed his mind. I felt like it was my relatives too or something. That's how maybe it's my perception here. He didn't want to be around those certain people, So he just wanted to go home. He didn't want to even go there, and then he's really like, I'm an adult. What the fuck am I doing? Telling that I am going here, and part of it was like I felt like he went up to this place, and then he's like, everybody meets each other, and everybody's there, so everybody's gonna have to meet him and stuff like that. It's like maybe he felt uncomfortable. At least that's how I took it.